Hey, what's up? Jayson Gaddis here with the Relationship School. I'm psyched to deliver a couple of messages today about sex. How do you know when you're ready for sex? This question came from a high school student in Wisconsin, but it applies to most adults as well. So I just want to thank you for the vulnerability in the question. How do we really know when we're ready for sex? So there's a few things I want to talk about here. Number one, reminder that consent is essential, okay? Sex is a mutual experience, so you want mutual consent. Are we going to do this? Yes, we are. Okay, great. Do we both want to do this? Yes, great. Consent, consent, consent. Okay? In this day and age, very, very important. Please don't be mind readers and hope it works out and, should I? It's actually okay to talk vulnerably about it and just openly. Hey, I've never done this before. Hey, I'm feeling kind of nervous and scared. Well, I really want you, but I don't know what to do. All of that is welcome, all right? Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. There's some really shitty advice from young people to young people out there, and even adult to adult. So coming from someone who studies relationships for a living and sexuality and teaches people around the world about this, talk about it. Talk openly about it. Get consent, all right? There's a lot of social expectations or peer pressure that you've got to wade through, right? Try to wade through all of that thick nonsense and get to your truth. If you don't know what your truth is, find a mentor, a guide. We have lots of relationship coaches here at the Relationship School that will have very open, safe conversations with you where you can talk and reveal anything you want in confidence. And our guides will help you find your own truth, all right, what you want to do. Again, you should be with a partner who is equally curious, interested, and wants to talk openly. If you start to reveal your vulnerability, like, hey, I'm a little scared, and they continue to try to dismiss your fear and say, no, it's fine, and just basically like override your vulnerability because they want you, that's someone that I would say steer away from, all right? Because they're pressuring you potentially into sex, and you want to have your own back here, big time. If you don't know how to have your own back, again, hire a coach, hire a relationship coach, okay? relationshipschool.com/coaches if you want to hire one of our coaches to work with you. Okay, there's all this social expectation too. I should be having sex every day or once a week, or like married couples get into this shit all the time. No, you have sex when you want to, both of you, and you happen to, it's like a Venn diagram. Here's my circle, here's your circle. There's this place where we overlap, where we both want to. And then there's times when I don't want to and you don't want to, especially when you get into a long-term relationship like marriage. That's really common, where there's low-grade triggers and resentments going on for years. And that's why adults who've been married 25 years haven't had sex in 20 years of those 25. That's sad, but that's a reality out there. If you're just starting to become sexually active in adolescence here, go slow. Talk about it. Get consent. All right. Don't buy into the bullshit that your friends talk about or tell you about unless it feels congruent with who you are and it feels good to hear and you're like, yeah, that feels right to me. Okay. Use your own internal barometer. If you don't have one of those, again, hire a relationship coach to work with you. Okay. Because we want you to get the mentorship and guidance you need. What else did I want to say? I want to say also that sex is best when you're in your heart and you're connected with the other person. That's usually how it's going to go well, and it's going to have going to be a great experience for both of you. Now, of course, there's the exception to that rule, which is one-night stands or kind of hot, steamy sex when you've barely met a person, you don't know them, and there's no real safety, and even consent's maybe not on the table. That can also be exhilarating, beautiful, fun, powerful, erotic, awesome. Often it's not, and one person has expectations and maybe gets hurt eventually. Who knows? Bottom line is there's an exception for every rule, of course. So that can happen, and I encourage you to experiment if that feels right one day or night with someone. But again, consent's really key, I think, even in that environment. But I think you're asking me this, I think this high school student was asking me about long-term relationships. How do I know when I'm really ready for sex? Okay. You know when you're damn well ready and only you can know that inside. All right. But if you're going slow and you know yourself and you have a lot of self-awareness online, and by the way, I encourage you to cultivate self-awareness. The more and more self-aware you are as a young person, the more power you will have in life over yourself, the more personal empowerment you will have. The less self-aware you are, the more you're like clueless about yourself and your direction in life and what you like and what you dislike and what your boundaries are, the more problems you're likely going to have. So get to know yourself. Get self-aware. That way you can educate a partner. I like this. I don't like that. Slow down, speed up, all that kind of stuff. All right. And then it starts to take you into your own empowerment versus subordinating to social norms and expectations or peer culture, peer pressure. All right. Okay. Now, one final point here is there's a difference between, if we're going to be genderfied here in the binary, there's a difference between when men are ready and when women are ready. In general, women take a little longer, prefer foreplay, and prefer a strong emotional connection to their partners, whether they're male or female, more than men do. Men are they're quicker, less foreplay is necessary. They sometimes want to enter a woman sooner than later. They don't want to delay. They want to kind of get to it. I'm saying that's in general, but please don't make that all of a sudden the truth. It's like, okay, cool, well, that I need to abandon my pace for him if you're a woman. No, you don't. You go at your pace and he goes at his pace, and together you find our pace, like a mutual pace that we both can feel good about. All right. Sometimes I speed up, sometimes I slow down. So I'll try to share more about sexuality and sex if this is useful. So leave a comment if this was helpful and ask me a question like, hey, more of this type of video. Can you also do a video about this? And I'll see if I can do it. Okay. Leave a comment though. All right. Right below this video. And if you want personal coaching, okay, our relationship coaches are all over the world now. Go to relationshipschool.com/coaching. And you can pick from our level 3, level 2, level 1 coaches. Some of these guys work with couples, some work with individuals. It's all private, virtual, done just like this over Zoom or Skype. Hire a coach, okay? If you're stuck in your relationship life, hire one of our coaches. relationshipschool.com/coaching. Okay? Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Maybe share this video with a friend, and we'll talk very soon.